common answer that a lot of people might give about this is because it's a social good and it equalizes employment in the population, etc. For us, it's very simple. It's a business imperative. Half the graduates of Pakistan schools are women. We pride ourselves on being arguably one of the best talent factories in Pakistan, and we're a growing company. The choice that we have in front of us is very simple. We can either have access to half the talent pool of the country, or we can have access to the entire talent pool of the country. We choose to have access to the entire talent pool. Having access to the entire talent pool is sustainability. So if we were to only focus, as we have in the past, of having conventional policies and conventional systems that largely cater to a male-dominated workforce, then we are limiting ourselves. And so including half the population is core to sustainability. But it has obviously other social impact as well. It makes us as a workplace more inclusive, and it is well documented that the more diverse your workforce, the more diverse your managers, the more diverse your leadership, the better outcomes have. That has been empirically proven in country after country. We lag significantly behind some in those metrics, and we hope to become far more competitive, both as a company and as a nation. I must admit that frankly, I was quite surprised when we won 6 awards, because we had just started on this journey, and it's rather humbling to just out the gate win 6 awards. And the awards, which we are very grateful for and just place a huge responsibility on us now, are in recognition of the fact that the new policy frameworks that were designed are aligned with our vision of having a far more diverse, both gender and otherwise, workforce. And we're really appreciative of that, because it now places a very high onus, and I talk to my colleagues about this, that now that we won the awards, we better live up to them. And so it places a responsibility on us that we are that we hope we shoulder and we do well and live up to the expectations that have been placed on us. But it was really humbling for us, and it is incredibly encouraging for us to have won these global benchmark awards, because a lot of thought went into this. So we're a 52-year-old company. We're a large-scale industrial organization, standard pyramid structure. So we're about as conventional as an organization gets in certain ways. However, because we come from a fairly vaunted history, we pride ourselves on having a fair and equitable workplace. But our systems had not evolved to maximize use of the changing workforce in terms of both university graduates, in terms of the available talent pool. And in the 80s, there used to be a philosophy that it's a man's world and women need to adjust. Clearly, with the newer generation, that's not a paradigm that works anymore. And we have to adjust. And that was what these policies were designed to do. It was designed to adjust us to be a far more amenable workplace for women, because the recognition that men and women have different needs is fundamental to this, and it's taken us arguably a while to come to that recognition. But hopefully there I durust hai, and we look forward to making our workplace and making our colleagues far more conscious of biases that we all have, conscious or unconscious, and having a policy framework that makes us a far more gender inclusive workplace. Absolutely. So, you have other dimensions on diversity of suppliers and efficacy of implementation. So this year we won the set of policy awards. Hopefully, we look forward to faring well on the implementation. So I'll give you an example. All my senior leadership team have gender diversity targets. They are required to have a significantly high percentage of new joiners be women, of their leadership teams to be women. It is on their official scorecards. And that has cascaded down throughout the organization. So we hire new graduates, we call them GTEs, at our plant in Dharki. So that population of women increased by 100%. Now those are small numbers, but we essentially doubled it in a year. But what I'm really proud of the work that our teams have done in building this enabling environment is, for the first time in the history of Pakistan, at least to my knowledge, we have brought women into the blue collar workforce. So the apprentices at the plant, for the first time ever, we have 6 female apprentices, and they're in a hardcore blue collar factory environment, and that's not an easy adjustment. So the colleagues that they work with have never had women in their midst, certainly not as part of the workforce. So we've invested in sensitizing them and making them aware of their conscious and unconscious biases, and creating an environment where we're committed to making these women successful in their roles. And so it's not just leadership, it's not just Karachi office, it's not the urban environment. We are looking forward to making this change across the entire company, and so we strive to be more successful with your awards that are built around implementation, training, and also in terms of managing our entire ecosystem. So our supplier base is already reasonably diverse. We deal with small companies, mid-sized companies. We never differentiate on background, etc. That's just an operating principle for us. But our focus this year was to attract women and to have a policy-enabled environment that was more amenable to them. And that was the work that was done last year. This year, it is about getting them in the door and retaining them and making them successful. So there will be focused efforts on leadership development for women. Again, if you're in a largely male-dominated environment, then you need alternative network structures, alternative methods of mentorship, and so forth. And those are the programs that we'll be investing in this.